Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Keith Peters. I'm the chairman of the Council of the University of Cardiff, and I am a graduate of what was the Welsh National School of Medicine some decades ago. It's my pleasant duty to welcome you this afternoon, welcome you, the graduates, and welcome your friends, your parents, your partners, and all those who've made it possible for you to come to this splendid university and receive an education here. Now, this afternoon, we're all part of health science, health professions. And that puts us in a very special position in relation to universities and society. When we come to university to study medicine or its related subjects, we are learning about the scientific basis of our subjects and at the same time learning to be practitioners. And that highlights in a very specific way the value and utility of a university, a place where scholarship is combined with practice, and it's a great privilege for those of us in health and health-related sciences to be able to do that. Now, in Cardiff, we have a fine university with great traditions where, as most of you will know, substantial changes have taken place in the recent past. And that is because the university has been reformed by the merger of what was the College of Medicine and the University College of Wales, Cardiff, to form the new University of Cardiff. And that merger itself reflected the need for a broad base for subjects like medicine, not just the immediate subjects that relate to the science of medicine, but others too. More basic sciences, mathematics, sociology, ethics, law, all of which bear upon the practice of medicine and health and dentistry as it occurs today. There are several aspects that I think deserve particular mention on an occasion like this. Perhaps the most important is that your university degree is a preparation for a lifetime of learning. One of the features of our subjects is that they will undergo great changes during your professional existence. Many things will be different by the time you reach my advanced age. The medicine that I knew in the 1960s is hardly recognizable today. The diagnostic devices you take for granted, the sophisticated X-ray, ultrasound, MRI machines simply didn't exist. All of that has come about from the application of science to the needs of health and healthcare. On the other hand, the advances in science also create great challenges for us. Sometimes the science is easy, but its application is very difficult because of a whole variety of ethical and other issues that are posed by scientific advance. And this is where the other university subjects, the humanities, the arts, law, ethics that I mentioned before, come into play. Now, one of the things that you can be sure of, you graduates and your families, is that you take from Cardiff the reputation of this university, which is international. And one of the features of the merged medical school and the university was to place Cardiff in a position to compete with the very best universities internationally. and there's every evidence that we're able to do that. Now, I'm supposed to act as a sort of master of ceremonies for you this afternoon. The ceremony of graduation is, of course, a very important one you'll remember, I'm sure, for the rest of your professional lives, and it has due pomp and circumstance. And just a few things I need to tell you to make sure that we don't mess it up. The words used for the various stages of the ceremony are printed in your programme under the appropriate heading. The congregation will proceed with the reading of the graduate proclamation in English and Welsh by Mr. Matthew Howell-Rees, who is studying for a BA Honours in Cymraeg. Following that, the University Director, Dr. Christopher Turner, will read the authorisation for the admission of graduates to degrees, and we will then proceed to admit you to your degree. Graduates will be presented by their head of school, pro-vice-chancellor or professor, and will be admitted to their degrees by the vice-chancellor, Dr. David Grant. And then Dr. Turner will ask all of you who have received an initial award in a health profession to stand for the reading of the pledge. Miss Gwal Roberts, School of Dentistry, will first read the pledge in Welsh, and then all diplomats and graduates in the health professions will read the pledge together. Then Dr. Turner will ask all graduates and diplomats to stand, and you will be greeted by myself and the Warden of the Guild of Graduates, Mr. Robert Barnes. Now, one final point. Can I remind you, please, to turn off all mobile phones, and then, very importantly, you're required to clap only after the Vice-Chancellor has admitted each group of graduates to the degrees, not as each one crosses the stage. That's very important. Thank you.
Gorau awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol y cynhelir heddiw y 5 dydd o fis Gorffennaf 2005 yn Ninas Caerdydd gynulliad awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru i dderbyn i'w priodol raddau bersonau da ei gair sydd trwy efrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwyddysg, medr a dyfalbarhad wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordiniannau'r Brifysgol. Gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu eu hoes a'i cenedl dan fendith y nef. Yna dy oleini a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, a tywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohony ti, a adeiladant yn yr hen ddifethleuoedd. Gorau awen gwirionedd, the best inspiration is truth. Be it known to the members of the University and to all here present that an authorised congregation of the University of Wales is being held here in the city of Cardiff on the 5th of July 2005 to admit their appropriate degrees worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the university, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol fod y Brifysgol wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i Dr David Grant, derbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Caerdydd a enillodd raddau yn unol a rheolau'r Prifysgol. Gwelir enwau'r rhai a gellir a'i derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn yn y rhestrau printiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the University and to all who are present that the University has granted authority to Dr David Grant to admit to their degrees students of Cardiff University who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the university. The names of those who may be admitted to their degrees in this congregation are to be seen on the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anrydethyddigan hetlo, cyflwyniaf I ti disgoblion o'n prifysgol ni anethrodd radd baglo mewn Llanfeddigaeth Faintaddol. I, Professor Malcolm Jones, present for the degree of Bachelor of Dental Surgery, Melissa Kate Ainsworth. Andrew Paul James Bartley. Timothy William Bond. Ursula Chowdhury. Kalpesh Chauhan. Kenneth Hankin Chow. Jonathan Stewart Collis. Rhys Davis. Catherine Jane Dransfield. Charlotte Jane Mackenzie Finney. Katie Jane Franks. Alexa Caroline Fife. Rhys David Griffiths. Gemma Louise Groves. Emma Louise Hatherall. Hina Aisha Kadri. Beg your pardon? Let me get the clip out the way. I'm jumping ahead here. Laura Houlihan, sorry for the false alarm. Paul Andrew Hughes. Bethan Lindsay Hatton. We finally got there. And now we definitely have Laura Houlihan. Paul Andrew Hughes. Sarah Isabel Jenkins. Hina Aisha Kadri. Laura Louise Kerr. Chital Kabanda. Nicola Jane Lake. Timothy Edwin Lloyd.
And good afternoon. At this point in the ceremony, and at other equivalent times, I will speak in Welsh to admit groups of graduands. Each degree has a formula of admission, which, when translated, means, by the authority conferred upon me by the university, I admit you to the degree, which I will name, and to all the privileges of that degree. Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi, I radd baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ddeintyddol ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations, well done.
Continue. Lyndon Patrick Stewart Meehan. Oliver Robert Mitchell. Caroline Leanne Moe. Preeti Naik. Rania Obeid. Madupi Olafunke Arurufemi. Bahadur Singh Panasa. Damed J. Patel. Mital Patel. James David Pugh. Helen Gwyneth Antonia Roberts. Norma Dorothy Rogerson. David Neil Stevens. Anwel Haf Swan. Andrew Ian Taylor. Aaron Dickon Thomas. Reese William Thomas. Edward Richard Tyler. Kalyan Rauj Rao Baruganti. Alexandra Diane Wallace. Helen Margaret White. Gareth Allard Williams. Anne Rachel Woodward.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ddeintyddol ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Anrhydeddus isgan hechlo, Gwchlwna fi ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd diploma. I, Martin Bui, present for a diploma. Nadia Claudine Badger. Abby Michelle Barrett. Kelly Barrow. Ian Blakemore. Suzanne Charlotte Bowen, Wayne Bridges, Jane Susan Clark, Alison Davis, Matthew John Dobby, Paul Alan Spencer Eaton, Hewell Rees Evans, Martin Frayne, Sharon Marie Gauntlet, Rebecca Emma Goupillon, Kieran John Hall, Stephen Harris, Robert Paul Herity, and Nicola Jenkins.
Rhyw I awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbyniaf chwi I ddiploma. Congratulations. Well done.
David Mark Jenkins, Bethan Sean Jones, Amber Alexandria Lowndes, Lorna Louise McEtty, Mary Rachel Morris, Denise Marie Oakley, Kerry Ann Rees, Daniel Peter Evans Rees, Brett Matthew Richards, Toya Salmons, Maureen Sewell, Margaret Rose Thomas, and Claire Williams.
Rhyw I awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbyniaf chwi I ddiploma. Congratulations. Well done.
Anrhydeddus isgan hechlo, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd radd baglaw mewn gwyddoniaeth. I, Martin Bui, present for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Gareth Davis. Alison Louise Faulkner. Paul Thomas Hennessy. Elaine Ann Holloway. Rosemary Margaret Roberts. Anthony Stephen Taylor. Cheryl Annie Walding, William David Adams, Christian James Walpole Allen, Laura Ann Bainham, Emma Grace Bartholomew, Hannah Louise Bettis, Gemma Selina Brown, Victoria Elizabeth Canning, Claire Louise Condell, Jason Carl Dalton, Louisa Ann Davis, Jason Elliott, Kimberly Evans, and Heather Teresa Gwilym.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi dy baniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffreniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Claire Louise Hammond, Rachel Elizabeth Jones, Catherine Helen Lee, Natalie Victoria Mansfield, Emma Louise Norman, Jennifer Ruth Osborne, Carol Louise O'Shea, Mark Phillips, Caroline Jane Rimmer, Zoe Jane Ryan, Angela Jane Stone, Kate Thomas, Mandy Marie Westermark, Rachel Elizabeth Westlake, Rhian Catherine Williams, Christian Anthony Worrell, Francesca Lucia Daniela Bridgman, Emma Jean Eve, Samantha Joanna Hall, Dorothy Foong Ying Tang, Carolyn Marie Thomas, and Sarah Fionn Williams.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffreniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Sinead Bendel, Ekta Bagotra, Lisa Jane Blake, Laura Ann Brown, Jodie Claire Cantello, Gillian Louise Carleton, Kelly Marie Coburn, Lisa Heleth Davis, Sharon Lynn Davis, Sarah Louise Ellis, Bethan Jane Francis, Lee Francis, Jocelyn Ruth Redland, Alexander Gigg, Rebecca Roxanne Goodchild, Janine Mary Green, Jennifer Mary Hall, Sarah Harris, Alison Howarth, Stephanie Hayward, and Georgia Hibbert.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddeiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffreniau radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Gemma Hodges, Elmire Alwyn Jones, Klinos Aleri Jones, Amy Jessie Joyce, Sarah Mary Kenyon, Michelle Deborah Kingshot, Helen Marie Rose Lawrence, Jennifer Helen Mary Lindsay, Joanne Marie Lloyd, Sandra Ann Napper, Claire Paula Noble, Joy Elizabeth Ollerton, Nicola Marie Painter, Jenna Pinchot, Claire Ann Powell, Melanie Price, Neris Ann Price, Sally Ann Reed, Jennifer Rose Roberts, Claire Emlyn Roberts, Bethan Louise Spowett, Rosalie Marguerite Sutton, Hannah Walker, and Laura Jane Williams.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl frania radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Lowry Sean Williams, Rachel Bernice Wyatt, Jacqueline Francis Adams, Penny Aldridge, Kay Elizabeth Baker, Catherine Ann Bargett, Jennifer Lucy Bemmer, Sarah Elizabeth Bentz, Stephanie Louise Bischoff, Tracy Patricia C. Blair, Caitlin Emma Boxall, Shelley Ann Brennand, Carly Louise Broad, Natasha Catherine Burley, Sian Claire Chan, Helen Elizabeth Clark, Helen Rosemary Coles, Cormac Brendan Condon, Charlotte Ronica Crooker, Sophie Jane Crocker, Jennifer Louise Dashwood Evans, and Helen Sarah Dixon.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffrenia radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Karen Michelle Dobson, Lindsay Helen Fitzgerald, Jennifer Ann Fryer, Angharad Llewellyn Fury, Amy Saure Gilbert, Natalie Gregassin, Hannah Rebecca Griffiths, Katie Elizabeth Hammond, Lana Marie Hellier, Adel Hennessy, Sarah Halihi, Elizabeth Kate Hobbs, Andrew William Howells, Rachel Elizabeth Howells, Sean Louise Hughes, Christine Hutchison, Gwaur Eleanor Job, Hugh John Jones, Matthew Timothy James Jones, and Rhian Marie Jones.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffreniau'r radd hon. Well done, congratulations.
Julie Kelly, Mark Andrew Kingston, Anthony James Lloyd Bostock, Nicola Jane Lusty, Alison Jane Liddon, Gethin Owen Lynch, Ruth Louise May, Christopher Miller, Frances Louise Monk, Rhiannon Caroline Morgan, Kate Irene Morse, Ross John Noel, Janine O'Donnell, Laura Louise Osman, James Robert Pierce, Laura Jane Prince, Hazel Jennifer Raymond, Joanna Louise Rapper, Adam Rattenbury, Emma Ruth Rees Williams, apologies. Grant David Neil Reynolds, Bethan Ruth Roberts, Christopher Ian Robbins.
Rwy awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffreniau'r radd hon. Congratulations, well done.
Eleanor Ruth Rowland, Kilen Rajesh Rugani, Andrew John Samford, Davina Ruth Sherwood, Abigail Elizabeth Slater, Eleanor Kate Southgate, Bethany Laura Catherine Sutton, Amy Laura Thomas, Hannah Louisa Ward Thomas, Sarah Freya Thomas, and Jodie Ann Thomas Griffiths, Erica Nest Thornton, Michelle Louise Thulis, Louise Elizabeth Turner, Paul William Toos, Alexandra Lee Tyler, Karen Louise Vaughan, Sarah Louise Watkins, Paul Welford, Joe D. Williams, Melissa Antonia Jane Williams, Jonathan Michael Wood, and Daniel Lamond.
Rwy awdurdod o brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffranio radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrydeddus ysganhethlo, cyflwyno fi ti disgwylion o'n brifysgol ni a enlodd didysgrif olraddedig. I, Professor Nigel Palestanga, present for a postgraduate certificate Abigail Alice Bloor. Nathan Dean Edwards. Gemma Louise Leyland. And Alison Hack.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I dystysgrif olraddedig. Congratulations.
Anrydeddus ysganhethlo, cyflwyno fi ti disgwylion o'n brifysgol ni a unlothraeth athro mewn gwythoniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palestanga, present for the degree of Master of Science in Physiotherapy, Elizabeth Jane Butler. Claire Elaine Connor. Jill Helen Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Pierpoint. In medical illustration, Simon William Clark. Belinda Mary Colton. In medical ultrasound, Janice Barbara Miles. And Julie Lavina Welsh.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd athro mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffrania radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Anrhydeddus ysganhethlo cyflwyna fi ti disgyblion o'n brifysgol ni a enlothrath daithiom iawn athroniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palestanga, present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Kate Elizabeth Silverthorne. David Michael Williams. Monica Erica Bussa. Nicola Phillips.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd daethyr mewn athroniaeth ac I holl ffrania radd hon. Well done. Very well.
Anrhydeddus isganghello, cymrydwyaf I ti a rhai a nodwyd yn y rhaglen I dderbyn yn ei habsenoldeb a'i graddau perthnasol.
Nigel Palestanga present all those who are to receive their degrees in absentia.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf a chrau a nodwyd yn ei habsenoldeb yw graddau perthnasol ac I holl franiau'r graddau hynny.
We now come to the reading of the pledge. Can I ask all of you who have received a Health Profession Award to stand to recite the pledge, which will be read by Gwaur Roberts. The text is in your graduation program. It will be read first in Welsh, then in English, and I would ask you all to repeat each sentence in English.
Addawaf mai fy mlaenoraeth gyntaf fydd gofalu am fy nghleifion. Byddaf yn garedig gyda phob claf ac ymdrechaf I gyfathrebu yn effeithlon gyda nhw. Byddaf yn parchu urddas fy nghleifion a'i preifatrwydd a'i hawl I gyfrannu'n llawn at benderfyniadau ynglyn â'i gofal. Byddaf yn onest ac yn ddibynadwy bob amser ac yn parchu a diogelu gwybodaeth gyfrinachol. Ni fydd fy nghredodau personol yn amharu ar fy ngofal am gleifion. Trwy gydnabod cyfyngiadau fy nghymwysedd, byddaf bob amser yn diweddaru fy ngwybodaeth am sgiliau proffesiynol. Os bydd gennyf reswm da i gredu nad yw fi neu gydweithiwr yn addas i weithio, byddaf yn gweithredu'n gyflym i ddiogelu cleifion rhag perygl. Ni fyddaf yn camdefnyddio fy sefyllfa broffesiynol a byddaf yn gweithio gyda chydweithwyr yn y ffordd orau lles y cleifion. Yn yr holl fanterion hyn, ni fyddaf byth yn gwahaniaethu'n anheg yn erbyn fy nghleifion na'n cydweithwyr a byddaf yn barod i gyfiawnhau fy ngweithredoedd iddynt ym mhob achos. Rhoddaf yr addewid yma ar fy llw yn wirfoddol ac o ddifrif. I promise that I will make the care of my patients my first concern. I will be considerate to all my patients and will strive to communicate effectively with them. I will respect my patients' dignity and autonomy and their right to be fully involved in decisions about their care. At all times, I will be honest and trustworthy, respecting and protecting confidential information. My personal beliefs will not prejudice my care of patients. Recognizing the limits of my competence, I will keep my professional knowledge and skills up to date. If I believe that I or a colleague may not be fit to practice, I will act quickly to protect patients from risk. I will not abuse my professional position and will work with colleagues in the ways that best serve patients. I will never discriminate unfairly against patients or colleagues, and I will always be prepared to justify my actions to them. I make this promise solemnly, freely, and upon my honour.
Can I now invite all of you who have been admitted to your degrees and diplomas this afternoon to stand so that you can receive the greetings of the Chair of Council of the University and of the Warden of the Guild of Graduates.
Boed eich gothel yn wastad dros lwydd ac yn rydydd ein prifysgol yn gwlad.
Llongyfarchiadau, croeso cynnes i aelodaeth Urdd Graddedigion Prifysgol Cymru. Congratulations, welcome to membership of the Guild of Graduates of the University of Wales.
Now, before you sit down, I'm sure that all of you very proud graduates this afternoon would like to join in a very long-standing tradition at Cardiff University, and that is to pay a special tribute to your family and friends, and indeed to the academic staff who have supported you over many long years in reaching this point in your career today. Now is your opportunity to turn round to greet them and to say a special thank you to them by giving them a big round of applause and to say a very public thank you. Please show your appreciation.
Vice-Chancellor. Happy mankind in the days when a Renaissance man would know classical and modern languages, poetry ancient and modern, the latest thoughts on heaven and earth, and new findings in science and medicine. Twice happy then the Kingdom of Scotland at the beginning of the 16th century to have a king who knew all this and practiced dentistry as well. For James IV it was who, in establishing the Royal College of Surgeons in Edinburgh exactly 500 years ago this year, laid the foundations at the same time for Scottish preeminence in dentistry. Though King James could not have guessed this, these were also the preconditions for dental health in modern Wales, for the dental surgeons of the Principality have generally taken Scottish postgraduate qualifications. And so in this year of quincentenary celebrations in Edinburgh, we count ourselves happy to have amongst us Professor James MacDonald, Dean of the Dental Faculty at its Royal College of Surgeons, to receive an honorary fellowship. Professor MacDonald is no stranger to Cardiff. Over the past dozen years, there have been increasing odontological links between Cardiff and Edinburgh, with partnership in a significant number of educational and research developments. James MacDonald is an NHS consultant in orthodontics with a lifelong interest in cranial facial development and airways in children and in sleep apnea. His research has included a European Union Biomed grant-funded study of quality assurance standards across the dentistry profession in Europe. He also lectures in anatomy at the University of St Andrews. He's honorary professor of orthodontics at Glasgow and Beijing universities and visiting professor at 2 other Chinese universities. It has been very gratifying that our own School of Dentistry has been involved in his work on the development of dentistry in Uganda and with European Union-funded Tempus FAR programs in the Baltic states too. Professor MacDonald indeed has been eminent in building bridges in the world of dentistry. Anrhydedus isgang hellor, cyflwynaf I ti yr athro James MacDonald fel cymrawd anrhydydd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Trwy awdurdod a roddwyd I mi, gan y cyngor derbaniaf di fel cymrawd anrhydydd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Vice-Chancellor. Professor Jenny Butler is Chair of Council for the British Association and College of Occupational Therapists and Professor of Occupational Health at Oxford Brookes University. She is a graduate of 2 of our predecessor institutions, the Welsh School of Occupational Therapy and the University of Wales Institute of Science and Technology in Occupational Therapy and Applied Psychology, respectively. She has maintained close links with professional developments in occupational therapy in Wales and with our School of Healthcare Studies, forging close research links between it and Oxford Brookes University. It might be a good research topic in healthcare studies to investigate whether there's something in the water in Cardiff which determines the directions of people's professional careers, for Professor Butler's has followed a path parallel to that of Cardiff University itself in general, in terms of strong advocacy of the importance of research in her discipline, both academically and in the development of teaching and practice. Since becoming chair of the National Association for Occupational Therapists, she's notably influenced the profession towards a greater research base, partly by means of tireless advocacy through numerous keynote speeches at conferences across the United Kingdom, around Europe, in North America, Japan, and elsewhere. Professor Butler's own research interests include neuropsychological rehabilitation, in which she's carried out comparative study, especially in relation to Japanese practice, and for which she is world-renowned. Her impressive list of publications also covers occupational therapy, aspects of health psychology, and ethics in research. Her high profile as chair of council gives her the opportunity to promote the profession by direct contact with health and education ministers at Westminster and the Welsh Assembly, to the considerable benefit of the profession and of the public in general. She remains, I am glad to say, proud of her undergraduate education and professional training at Cardiff, and it is as a loyal friend of our university that I introduce her for an honorary fellowship. Anrhydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwynaf I ti yr athro Jenny Butler fel cymrawd anrhyddedd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Rwy'r awdurdod a roddwyd I mi gan y cyngor derbaniaf di fel cymrawd anrhyddedd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you quite what a thrill it is for me to be here this afternoon. Such an honour. All this stuff that he read out, there's still in me. It's only me. I was reminded that I graduated from Cardiff, I'm afraid, over 30 years ago. I can't quite believe it because I still think I'm 25, so it doesn't kind of equate. But 30 years ago, when I was in your position, newly graduated, I would never have guessed that anything like this could have happened to me. I suppose, I don't know what the tradition is now, but all those years ago, once we finished our final exams, the main aim was sort of to get wet and wasted in Roath Park Lake, and that's exactly what I did. So I could never quite imagine that now, you know, gosh, I'm an honorary fellow, and it really is a great honour. It's a great honour for me, but actually more importantly, I think it's a great honour for the profession of occupational therapy. To me, this honour symbolises just how far we've come in the short 15 years that our undergraduate, our pre-registration programme has been a degree programme. And if we can do all this in research terms and in scholarship in 15 years, imagine where we're going to be in another 15 or 20 years. So I see it as very, very symbolic for our future and just showing where we have arrived at. To all the occupational therapy graduates, I would say welcome to the most wonderful profession out. To all the graduates, you're embarking on a wonderful career that will enable you to have a worthwhile life and a very interesting life. You've no idea where your lives will take you, just as I didn't all those years ago in Roath Park Lake. That's the delight of living. To the OT graduates, of course, because it's my profession, I'm just delighted to be here and welcome you to the profession. I would urge you to keep activity, occupation and participation as central to your practice. And by wonderful chance, our annual conference is here in Cardiff next year. So as if you needed an excuse, but boy, is that an excuse to have your first annual reunion. And I really would urge you to come and enjoy the conference. So thank you to everybody, and good luck in your careers, and have a wonderful party tonight with your family and friends, and enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you in Cardiff again very soon, I'm sure. Thank you.
Well, graduates, and parents and friends and supporters, we've had a splendid ceremony, and it's my duty now to bring proceedings to a close. Just a few more words. I say bring proceedings to a close, but you're now members of Cardiff University, and you'll be members of Cardiff University for the rest of your lives. I think something that we in the university want to encourage is your sense of participation and belonging to this great university. Wherever you go, we hope that you'll stay in touch with us, and we'll be making efforts to stay in touch with you, because you've become part of a large family which will be international, varied, but most of all will encompass the values, the friendliness, those special qualities which I know you will have learnt during your past however many years that you've been here in this splendid place. I also want to endorse one of the points that Professor Butler made. All of you this afternoon have the privilege of having been to university, learnt the underlying science of your subjects, and you now have that marvelous opportunity to develop your skills as professionals. You will be doing a really worthwhile job helping people who are ill in various ways. That's a great privilege indeed. So finally, I simply want to wish you well. Wish you well on behalf of your teachers and all the other people who have made it possible for you to study and graduate here. Congratulations and good luck.